So the audio for this video with my Pro Reverb got messed up at the end, so I've kind of decided to re-upload so that you could hear kind of the refining process. And I feel like the Kemper gets close to this amp, but not all the way there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. But if you like the tone, you can jump in the Gumroad and grab it.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses. So the idea was that I could try and profile my Fender Pro Reverb on 10. But I've done some refining. But it's just not quite there. Let's try again. I might just put it back to being non-liquid. So let's go with Kemper generic and see if this gets us any better results. I'm wondering if it's better to refine it or not. Certainly it's closer than I'd get using another modeler. It's just missing something that the amp has there, and maybe you can get that, maybe you can't. I'd like to know your opinion on that if you've got one. So Kemper.
So I made a video with the Fender Pro Reverb, and last week this was that I kind of was messing around with this. And I decided, basically my signal chain for that was the Fender Reverb loaded down with the load box and then out into Helix Native. So I thought, well, I could actually copy that and then try and capture that whole thing and get it into the Kemper, so that hopefully if you guys like the tone, you could try this. So if you jump into the Gumroad folder, if you like that introduction tone, that was actually through the Kemper. It took me a few goes, and I've put up kind of like 3 Pro Reverb captures there. So this is, all of them are the same exact settings on the amp, which is like the bass at about 4, the treble at about 6.5, and the volume at 10, and the bright switch on. And obviously I was really enthused by that tone. The Kemper gets quite a lot of the way there. I don't know whether it gets the whole way there. You can leave your thoughts on that in the comments. So yeah, that's that. But in and of itself, I kind of felt like this was a Kemper tone that was kind of useful. The Fender Pro Reverb, one of the kind of reasons I missed the Quad Cortex is that I had quite a nice capture of the clean of that as well. So I'll probably come back to this at some stage, but if you wanted to check this out, then jump in. I think, in general, when you find a tone that you really like with an amp in a studio like this, I do think it is worth capturing, whether you had a Kemper or a Quad Cortex or something, because it gets close enough to that source tone that, you know, if I move this amp around, if I, you know, have it serviced, if I change, you know, mics, cabs and all that sort of stuff, this is closer than I'd be able to get a second time round in most circumstances, I think, right? So, you know, having this sort of technology around, you know, 15 years later, obviously, is still, I think, really quite a powerful idea. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments, and if you want to check out the profile, as I say, in the Gumroad folder, where you can get all of my Kemper profiles for a £5, basically price of a coffee or something like that. But yeah, I was enjoying playing that. Let me just play it kind of isolated for a sec too. So definitely kind of reminiscent of the tone for me, where what's happening is it's kind of not what I thought this amp would sound like cranked at all. It's kind of loads of mids. To me, kind of has a little bit of that kind of Dumble essence to it, where it's kind of just thick, throaty, and a sound that I'd love to be able to get at a lower weight and a lower volume. So kind of wins on that front. So jump into the Gumroad if you want to check it out.